Have you ever wondered what life is like in the world's most challenging living conditions? Today we venture into the heart of East Africa, to a country often overlooked by the world, Somalia. Somalia, a nation that has been grappling with the harsh realities of civil unrest, political instability and economic despair for the past 3 decades. A place where the idea of a normal life is far from the reality many of us are accustomed to. It's easy to forget, sitting in our comfortable homes, that there are parts of the world where survival is a daily battle. Imagine for a moment, a day in the life of an average Somali citizen. The day starts not with the luxury of a hot shower or a hearty breakfast, but with the uncertainty of whether there will be enough water to drink, let alone bathe. And food? That's a luxury that's often hard to come by. The story of Somalia is one that dates back to antiquity, a land of ancient kingdoms and rich traditions. Yet its recent history has been marred by a brutal civil war that began in the late 20th century and continues to this day. The political landscape of Somalia is a complex one, a labyrinth of clan loyalties and power struggles. Governmental instability has taken a toll on the nation's infrastructure, leaving many without access to basic services like healthcare, education, and even clean water. The economy, heavily reliant on agriculture and livestock, is frequently devastated by drought and famine, leaving many families in a state of chronic food insecurity. And yet, within this challenging landscape, the spirit of resilience persists. The people of Somalia, despite the odds, continue to strive for a better future. They are a testament to the indomitable human spirit, a beacon of hope in a world that can often seem bleak. But their struggle is our struggle too. For we live in a world that is more interconnected than ever before, and the challenges faced by one nation inevitably ripple out to affect us all. So, let's take a moment to reflect on this reality. Imagine a world where the basic amenities we take for granted are luxuries. To truly understand the severity of the situation, consider these hard-hitting facts. Somalia, a nation on the Horn of Africa, has been grappling with a myriad of socio-economic issues for decades. As we delve into the stark realities of this struggling nation, we uncover a tale of resilience in the face of overwhelming adversity. Let's talk about poverty. More than 7 out of every 10 people in Somalia live below the poverty line. That's more than double the global average. Such extreme poverty often leads to a vicious cycle where families are trapped in a loop of deprivation and hardship, generation after generation. Next, let's consider employment, or rather the lack thereof. A staggering 6 out of 10 Somali adults are unemployed. This is one of the highest unemployment rates in the world. Without stable employment, the struggle for survival becomes a daily battle. When it comes to education, the situation is equally grim. Only 3 out of 10 children in Somalia have access to basic education. That means a whopping 70% of Somali children are deprived of their fundamental right to education. And then there's healthcare. Imagine a country where only 2 out of 10 people have access to basic health services. That's the harsh reality in Somalia. The lack of healthcare facilities and professionals has resulted in a healthcare system that is, at best, skeletal. The country's struggle isn't just economic, it's a struggle for basic human rights. The right to a decent living, the right to education, the right to health. These are not just numbers. They represent real lives, real struggles, real stories of survival against all odds. These statistics are not just sobering, they are a call to action. They demand our attention, our empathy, our assistance. They remind us that behind every number is a human being, with dreams, hopes, and aspirations just like you and me. These numbers paint a bleak picture, but they are the reality for millions of Somalis. Behind these numbers are real people with real stories. Let's take a moment to remember that. The statistics we've just shared aren't just cold, hard facts. They represent the lives of real people, living and breathing in a world that often forgets them. Imagine living in a place where every morning is a struggle to find clean water, where every meal is a victory, where the sound of gunfire is as common as the chirping of birds. This is the reality of life in Somalia. But these people aren't just survivors, they're fighters, they're dreamers, they're lovers of life, they're human beings just like you and me. Take Amina for example, a woman in her 40s who has known nothing but war and hardship her entire life. Yet, despite the challenges she faces, she remains hopeful and resilient. She wakes up every day at the break of dawn, determined to provide for her family. She treks miles to fetch water, sells handmade crafts in the market, and yet still finds the strength to smile at the end of the day. Then there's Abdi, a young boy with dreams bigger than the sky. He wants to be a doctor, to help his people and bring about change. Even though he doesn't have access to a proper school, he learns from anyone willing to teach him, proving that the human spirit is indomitable. These stories are just a glimpse into the lives of the people in Somalia. Each person has their own story, their own struggles, and their own dreams. They're more than just statistics on a page or a screen. They're people, with hearts that beat and souls that feel. Remember, these individuals are not just statistics. They're mothers and fathers, working tirelessly to provide for their children. They're sons and daughters, dreaming of a better future. They're people, just like you and me, who deserve recognition, respect, and assistance. These individuals are not just statistics, they are mothers, fathers, sons, and daughters. Let's never forget that. In the face of such adversity, aid organizations become a beacon of hope. These entities, both large and small, domestic and international, take on a critical role in Somalia, striving to mitigate the hardships faced by those living in the world's most challenging conditions. These aid organizations are tirelessly working on the ground, providing essentials such as food, clean water, medical assistance, and educational resources. They operate in a landscape where instability and insecurity are the norm, facing not only the logistical challenges of delivering aid in such an environment, but also the constant threat of violence. Their courage and commitment are nothing short of admirable. However, the scale of the crisis in Somalia is overwhelming. Despite their best efforts, these organizations can't fully address the magnitude of the issues. Persistent drought, conflict, and economic instability have led to a situation where millions are in need of humanitarian assistance. The resources of these aid organizations are stretched thin, and their work is often hampered by the volatile security situation. Moreover, aid organizations also grapple with the challenge of long-term development. Providing immediate relief is crucial, but so is building a sustainable future for Somalia. This involves complex tasks such as rebuilding infrastructure, promoting education, and fostering economic growth. It's a Herculean task, to say the least, and one that demands a concerted global effort. The work of these organizations is a testament to the power of human compassion and resilience. Yet, they are not a panacea for the crisis in Somalia. They do a phenomenal job under the circumstances, but they are not equipped to single-handedly tackle the systemic issues that have led to this situation. The efforts of these organizations are commendable, but they cannot shoulder this burden alone. It's a call to the global community to step up and take collective responsibility for addressing the crisis in Somalia. It's a reminder that we, as global citizens, need to do more than just observe. We need to act. You might be wondering, what can I do to help? Indeed, it's a valid question, and it's one that offers a glimmer of hope amidst the grim realities we've discussed. Because, yes, there's a lot you can do to help. Firstly, aid organizations are always in need of monetary support. These are the groups on the front lines, providing food, water, medical care, and other essential services to those in need. Every penny, every dollar donated can go a long way in providing relief to a child, a mother, a family in Somalia. It's not just about giving money, it's about giving hope, giving a chance at life. But your contribution need not always be monetary. You can help raise awareness about the situation in Somalia, share information with your friends, family, and social media network. The more people know about this, the more pressure it puts on policymakers and world leaders to act. And if you're someone who feels a strong calling to do more, consider volunteering. Aid organizations often need people with various skills, from medical practitioners to logistics experts, from educators to engineers. Your time and expertise can make a significant impact in improving the lives of the people of Somalia. Remember, it's not just about charity. It's about solidarity, about standing with our fellow human beings in their time of need. It's about understanding that the prosperity of one nation is tied to the prosperity of all nations. And it's not just about the immediate relief. It's about building a better future for Somalia, a future where every child can go to school, every family has enough to eat, and every person can live with dignity and security. So don't underestimate the power of your actions. Whether it's a donation, spreading the word, or volunteering your time, your contribution matters. In the face of such adversity, every small act of kindness can make a world of difference. Together, we can help change the narrative for Somalia.